Woo-wee, yabba dabba doo. Hey folks, it's Saturday evening here, and welcome to another uneventful episode of this podcast. It's the first but yet worst comedy podcast in Philadelphia. It is your favorite podcast that most people will not find or will not listen to, regardless of what reason. And pretty much, we talk about the week here. Nothing interesting ever happens, really. And then do some topical news puns, which very few people want to hear, but, it helps out the stand-up a little bit, so I do benefit off that. But got to talk about the open mic over at Weenie's on Monday. Pretty much, we had 6 comics and 7 audience members. And it was a pretty decent turnout, a little bit better than last time. Last turnout, I think we only had 2 audience members, and I think we had 5 comics. So, pretty much, this guy, Arian, I talked about him before in the show. He's a conservative guy. He's like this hillbilly guy from Jersey. I think he moved to Staten Island. He comes in, and he's like, hey, you motherfucker. Hey, I'm at the bar talking to Willie Fritz, waiting for my food. And he's like, he's a conservative about everything. He's like, oh, can I go in this bathroom right here? This is like one of those trans bathrooms. Can I go in there? He's always making like jokes like that. I'm like, okay, yeah. So we're talking and stuff, and I get my food. I get a BLT and a beer. I go inside and eat my food. I wait for the show to start, and he signed up first. And it's funny because, many years ago, this, downtown, I'm the reason, and Arian's the reason why the list doesn't go in order. They don't go in order downtown because they're like, oh, you can't go in order. You can't put certain comics on because they're chase the audience away. Well, Arian goes on first, and he signs up first, and there's these 4 college kids in the back. I thought one of them might go up, but they were just there to watch the show. 4 white college kids are sitting all the way at the back. So I'm like, all right, your first comic coming to the stage. He drove a long way he drove like an hour and 15 minutes from Staten Island to get here. So I was like, oh, your first comic, he drove a long way to get here. And he goes, I came here to see you, you fucking Jew. And I was like, whoa. I was like, oh, that's a little much. And his wife was like, yeah, he's always a little much. So pretty much the college kids were like, whoa. They were like looking at each other like, oh shit, like what did we walk into? So he goes up and he does his act, he tells some poop stories, which is fine, and some other stuff. And then at the end of the show, he goes, can I do my song? Now, he has a rap song, even though he's conservative. He did this 2 years ago on my open mic, and it's like this song about how he's an asshole and how he doesn't give a fuck what you think. And then he goes, he's drunk on stage. He had 2 shots and 2 beers. He was just hammered drunk, and he's like, he gets to the 3rd verse, and he's like, all right, I have the N-word version. Should I do the N-word version where I say the N-word with the A? And Willie Fritz was like, no. And he's like, come on, what do you guys think? And there was only 3 black people there. And I was like, no, probably not. It's probably not a good idea. We're having a good turnout. He goes, all right, I won't do it. If it was more dead and empty, I would have said go for it. But because we had a little audience, I was like, probably not the best, even though coming from me, of course. I have, of course, never stopped me, be very hypocritical. But I didn't tell him not to. I just said, well, it's up to me. I would say no, but if you want to, I can't stop you, So anyway, he does his song, and he goes, oh, that's it for me. If anybody wants to meet me in the parking lot, blah, blah, blah. And he's, like, drunk. And then this other idiot who comes to the open mic, Bob, I talked about him. He's this black autistic guy. And he thinks because our birthday's 20 days apart that, we're best friends or something. And he thinks because... he says we dress alike, which is untrue because this guy fucking wore the same shirt 3 months in a row. I shit you not. So this black guy ends up going on at the end. He never did stand-up before. He was actually pretty good. This black kid, Griff, who's been to my mic before, he's a musician. He brought 2 of his friends. He went on before. He just, he talked for 10 minutes, but he had some jokes, and it was a fun time. It was a good turnout, I thought. Some people bought some food. Open mic made a little money, and that was... You guys saw the shorts for the week. I put up 3 shorts from the open mic, and all 3 of the shorts got over 1,000 views. So that's pretty cool. And I got 3 more shorts to put up next week. That's right, you guys. I'm trying to utilize this room as much as possible. I only get it once a month, so... So, yeah, so that was Monday night. Tuesday and Thursday, I went to the gym and got my Chipotle bowl. I tried to do some deliveries Tuesday night, but I don't know if it was because it was really hot. I didn't get hardly any offers. I said, fuck it, that's that. And then Wednesday, I was going to go to the Royal, but I was like, I'll go next week maybe. I didn't feel like going. I don't know, my stomach was a little weird, and I don't want to poop there. It's not a good bathroom situation. And so I ended up doing deliveries that night. I think I did like 5 deliveries. No, I did 3 deliveries. I did 3 $5 no tip orders because that's all they gave me. And then I was like, well, that's it. I turned the app off and I forgot what I ate. I think I had 2 slices of pizza that night. I did a live stream. And then Friday night, last night, not much really happened. I did food deliveries. I think I did 8. That's right. I did pretty good as far as I didn't make a ton of money, but you know, I only drove for like 2.5, 3 hours. So I did about 8 deliveries. You know, nothing interesting happened. I think one of the deliveries I did on Wednesday was this woman who didn't tip me before. I remember her name exactly. And she was texting me like, "You heard me, bring me my food. I'm in a rush." And then I look on the tip thing later. There was no tip on there. So it's funny because if I ever get her again, it's a wrap. Like, I'm just going to cancel the order. She's going to have to wait longer. But regardless of that, last night I did all right as far as tonight goes. I'm at the further Target parking lot, my sanctuary. I'm not sure if I'm going to have a beer tonight or not. I'm not sure if I feel like drinking. But I guess I'm just going to hang out for a little while. Might go live. Might get some food. We'll see what happens. We'll do the aftermath later. But folks, that's it. Like I said, as far as what's on the channel next week, a possible prank call show. And 3 more awful stand-up shorts. So if you don't like those, well, whatever. But hopefully they'll get, some good amount of views. Not that. Alright guys, as far as the aftermath last night, I pretty much didn't do much but dick around. I went to Wawa, got me a Slim Jim, a fudge brownie, a bag of Sun Chips cheddar, and a large can of Diet Coke, because I'm on a good diet. And I pretty much just ate that, and I was thinking about going live, but I was like, I got nothing to really talk about. I was in a weird mood. I wasn't in a bad mood, but I was going to get a beer before that. I didn't feel like drinking. I didn't feel like going live. I just ate my snacks, and I just went inside Target. I bought some None of Your Business, and I just kind of fucking, just walked around my car, cleaned my car out a little bit. I didn't do anything. Just enjoying myself a nice night of doing nothing. I farted at one point, and there was a little bit of brown in there. I almost shat at myself. That was before the snack, by the way. Ew, wait, this isn't a poop show, right? Doesn't matter. These shows all suck. They're all gross, too. Well, folks, that was pretty much it. Got out a little bit last night. But, I'm going to get to the least favorite segment right now. Let's get to the odd news. Food truck is booted from market over its innuendo laden slogan as owner of censorship cries. Okay, let's see if we can, since we got extra time here. I usually don't do this, but let's see. It says, "Smash daddies, your love our meat in your mouth." So again, I've seen worse. I don't understand why that's such a big controversy thing. I mean, I guess because like all kids are on TikTok these days and watching stepmom porn. I don't see why, but anyways, we should prank call them for the next show. See if they got a phone number. Settling darling Jimothy the raccoon has scampered into hearts across the globe. Give me some goddamn information here. They're not giving me anything. Over 500 newborns named after Erlen Haaland in Peru. So everyone's naming their baby Erlen. I guess that wasn't their goal. I used that joke before. It's a soccer joke. Israeli plan to use crocodiles to secure prison holdings Palestinians. Dog rescued from mountain after consuming marijuana. Well, I guess that dog was high on life. That's the obvious joke. Social media influencers Andrew and Tristan Tate arrested in Miami. Marshall's done. North Carolina woman 82 survives 9 days trapped in her bathtub after a fall. That's scary. 9 days in a bathtub. I guess she almost died, but they tried to almost had the life drained out of her, but not making fun of her. It's a terrible story, terrible. Oddly shaped raccoon believed to have a spine deformity becomes Seattle's newest viral star. TikTok's mosquito serial killer goes viral for bizarre experiments and notebooks of victims. I guess that thing was just sucking the life out of... Neil the seal returns to the sea. They're not giving me anything good here. DoorDash driver completes sandwich delivery after being struck by a fleeing suspect doing my job. You know, I thought about that. I almost got into a car accident one night, and if I did, I would message the person and say, sorry, but you're going to have to go get your food, because, I just got into a car accident, and I'm not fucking taking the bus or Uber to get to you. Man arrested after surfing naked on top of a moving locomotive. Well, I guess that guy was just waving there's a joke there somewhere. I guess that guy was just waving his genitals goodbye. Something there. Man spent 8 hours in a porta potty tank retrieving a Mountain Dew bottle. I guess he tried to do, but he just... The only thing he did was being... Save that for the poop show. Men sue hospital after DNA test showed they were switched at birth 38 years ago. But look who's talking. Something like that. Faint new planet is found after cosmic hide-and-seek. Grandfather hospitalized after a bison charge sends him flying 8 feet up in the air at Yellowstone. Well, I guess that guy was just... flipped his attitude, because he... DNA from the skull, Revolutionary War... Yeah, almost... Miami woman was stabbed her friend during an argument over drinking a beer in an Uber. Maybe, was it... I don't know if it was, maybe she was in a blue moon kind of mood. Oh boy. FCC approves extremely controversial Sun at night. Granada Hills, Vaughn stays open after a customer dies. I read that last week because she did a joke about it. Florida woman receives unfortunate new license plate. It says squeeze ass. SQZASS. Oh, you're the ass man? I'm the ass man. Oh, by the way, Michael Richards is on TikTok. It's hilarious. You gotta read the comments. Everyone's, bringing up the Laugh Factory thing. Oh my god. So, San Francisco judge okays a lawsuit united over window seats. Everyone's talking about this Erland Highland guy. Russian holds his first humanoid robot wedding. That's got to be slow, a wedding. Astronomers detect sugar in astronomical space for the first time. And let's see if there's anything else going on before we wrap this thing. DNR seeks information about a 6-foot student jumped in a... Oh, here we go. Sextile company creates AI teachers for New York School District. U.S. couple wins a RS 390 crore after 30 years of playing the lottery. Was that my parents? No. Florida man would trade pizza for pythons. Brother! But I don't think there's anything else going on, thank God. And all this stuff is stuff I read before. Well, folks, that's it for the show. I should end it for good, but we're most likely I'll be back next week. I'll see you folks on the next one. You just listened to, and we're out of here. Go freak yourself, Cuffy.